So much. Welcome once again to our Open Bar Show. I'm your host, Magola Arnold, and we want to welcome you all from all areas and corners you are watching us from. And we wish to welcome you to this Open Bar, where we have a lot of people come and talk to us, discuss all areas. So today we have an interesting topic that we want to bring to you today, and we have so many people with us today who are going to be discussing with us today. So ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are watching from, please tune in, invite a friend, invite everyone to come and watch the show. It's going to be an interesting moment. It's going to be a time. And here today with me, I have been joined with a number of people who are going to introduce themselves. And just a simple reminder that we were unable to have the lady on our show, but he has worked with a friend, so the show will go on. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me give you my guests today to introduce themselves before we get into the discussion. Thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Edward, could you please introduce yourself?
Good afternoon to our viewers. Currently Edward Max, locally known as Cow Max, from Ndejje University, Faculty of Social Sciences, pursuing a bachelor in social work and social administration. I'm in my year 3. O3 coordinator Kampala campus and peer educator at the same time. I'm humble here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. And we have been also joined with another gentleman. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Arnold Magola. I go by the names of Marshall Miro. I'm a finalist, journalist, pursuing a degree in mass communication and journalism at Ndejje University, Kampala campus. It's a blessing and a pleasure to be here.
Okay, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. On this show, we bring a lot of people. We bring everyone to discuss and tell us more. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we have an interesting topic that we are going to talk about. You know, we've had Mr. Edward talking about being a peer educator. Our viewers, you may be asking yourself, who is a peer educator? What do they do? Everything shall be introduced. He will dig into everything as we go on to this show. The theme of today's show, we are looking at the mental health challenges facing the students in the universities. It can be Ndejje, where we are right now, where you are viewing us from the greatest studios I've ever seen of the mighty Ndejje, and it can be happening elsewhere, our dear viewers, from your different localities. So today we are going to dig into the mental health challenges. They are going to tell us why mental health challenges. What are we going to look at? What do they have for us? So today I'll be your host, and I'm sure we are going to enjoy the show. So we will start right away with Mr. Edward. So Mr. Edward, you've talked about peer educator, and if I got you right, you've talked about O3+. So what's O3+, if you can tell about it to our viewers?
Okay, that's a great opportunity, Mr. Magola. I will be simple and precise with a little time that I have. O3+ is here to support students, mostly in higher institutions and universities, with 3 objectives of our lives, our future, and our rights. We all know that why we are here is that we are here to secure our future, and also to to keep our life negative instead of positive, and also to know our rights as a university. So we know that many students get challenges, and they become victims of circumstances of whereby they have no room to run to. That's where O3 comes in to support with open hands to students on how to direct them, on how to support them, and see that their goals and their dreams are reached upon. I think with objectives, clearly stating it out, Mr. Magola.
Okay, so kindly, how did, because I know I kind of want to know, is it running through all universities, or it's running only in Ndejje University?
Okay, O3 Plus is was in East Africa was it was piloted in 3 universities, and that is Ndejje University, Makerere University, and KIU University. So far, those are the only 3 universities where O3 Plus is now effectively moving on. However, it is a bridge from Nairobi, Kenya, where it is they are sure that their focus and their goals is to see how they can cover up, apart from the universities, also the other tertiary institutes all over East Africa, West Africa, and South Africa. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Edward. And I think our dear viewers, you are getting to know that Mr. Edward is coming from the O3 Plus and is a peer educator, and he has also told us how it's run. And maybe before we get into, I would like to ask him, apart from the students and their life and everything he has talked about, do we have any other programs that are being run by O3 Plus?
Of course, we have many programs that have been running with support of O3 Plus and UNESCO within the university.
Yes.
I will not tell you that mostly it focuses lecturers. Lecturers are there as what can I say? They are there as guidance, because it is a project that is there to be initiated by students. So for any response of where lecturers are to be supported with this project, surely no, because it is a project that was championed to help and support students. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Edward. And I think we are trying to understand that it's more of helping us students in our universities and how to react to things that may affect our lives, and how best we can support each other and make sure that life is good. And right, we go into our today's theme. Our dear viewers who have just joined us, I want just to remind you that today we are joined by the peer educators from O3 Plus, which is running from within the universities. Currently, it's running through 3 universities. That's Ndejje University, Makerere University, and KIU University. We are under a theme, mental challenges facing the students, and we have been going through the introduction to you who have just joined us. And Mr. Edward, as we go deep into our theme today, which is mental health challenges facing the students, someone would like to know what is mental health? What is mental health? How can someone define a mental health?
Okay, thank you very much, Magola. I would like to let the viewers know that mental health, it's broadly wide, but we try to simplify it, because I'll be simply, and I will define it in giving examples. That it is through depression, it is through anxiety, and it is through sorry, I beg your pardon. It is through depression, whereby if you're depressed, we are sure that your role as a student at campus, you may fail to be supportive. What do we say being supportive to the university is? We are sure that the reason why we all come to campus is we come to campus to learn and secure, and also be supportive in any activities that run within the university. When you're suffering mental health as a student, you may find yourself that you isolate yourself. I'm trying to make you understand, not trying to complicate you. You may find yourself that when there are any other activities that are running in the university, you may fail to be interactive in them, because you feel like you yourself, you're not worthy being part. So mental health is really a hill that is damaging students in the university, and at the end of the day, it may lead to some of students to fail to push up and finish up their career at a university. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. So I think it's getting interesting. I really thank Mr. Edward for how he's explaining, and to you, our dear viewers, I think you are following, and by the end of it, I think it will be a fruitful discussion worth listening to and worth having before you today. He has talked about mental health, and we will not go into that, but there is something that is going on, and maybe I would like to ask him before I go to to Mr. Marshall. You know, it's been a long before he speaks, but I would like to sweep in something, because when he talked about depression, then came in something, I was thinking of addiction. What do you have to say about addiction? Is it connected to mental health? Can it be some of the causes, maybe?
Okay, thank you very much, Magola.
Yes.
As I told you, addiction has two ways. There is, you might be addicted to not to a to only drugs, as you may know. Some people are addicted to girls. Some people are addicted to books. Some people are addicted to music. You get what I'm telling you? So I don't know what really the moderator tries to mean, but as for the addiction,
Yes.
itself, it also affects the mental health, because it may drain a student from the proper line of doing what he's supposed to do to a positive line of whereby he can't live without what he thinks that it is part of his life. That is what I can tell you about addiction. You might be addicted to drugs, alcohol, and also addicted to girls, because we know there are some girls that can't be there minus a girl. So I'm trying to give you simple examples that can let you understand what is addiction too, because some might think that addiction is about being drug abuse, but no, there are those whenever you're like you can't live without. You might be addicted to sports, you get. So that is what I can simply tell you about addiction, and it is also part of mental health. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Maybe to our dear viewers, we are having, he was, recently he talked about the mental health, okay? Then he went in to give examples as he was defining it. Then he talked about depression as I came in with addiction. So just to our dear viewers, just to make sure that we follow. Once again, I want to welcome you. I want to welcome our new viewers who have just locked in. We are at the Open Bar Show, and we are just having a discussion, and today we are talking about the mental health challenges. I know a lot of students in different universities, maybe in our families, even where we stay, in our peers. You know, we may be facing a lot of things that causes the mental health challenges. So today we are having peer educators from O3 Plus trying to take us through these challenges, and later on they will give us advice, hopefully, how to overcome them. So I wanted to switch to Mr. Marshall. One of the things I've heard about you is that you're a Christian man. And we have just talked about addiction. What does the Bible say about addiction? Any knowledge you have, this is just something, you know, from the Christian perspective. How can you talk about addiction? And if you want to help someone out there listening to you, what does the Bible say? What's the negative implication, and what is the the positive implication? So the Bible perspective, the Christian perspective, what's the say? What do you have to say about it compared to addiction?
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Arnold Magola, and also Mr. Karl Marx from O3 Plus, as it took us through the mental health perspective of students that go through a lot of depression and anxiety, and you know, these are real life challenges, you know, as students that we face out there. You know, it's not about drugs or sexual addiction. There are so many other elements when the mental health perspective is broadened, emotionally, psychologically, and also their social well-being. You know, there can be a student that is out there that you know, they don't socially connect with friends. You know, they tend to keep to themselves, and they tend to you know, to be alone. And you know, study wise, they can do well in books and succeed, but they don't have that social interaction with their friends. And yet there's a sole purpose for us to like make each other known in the community, not for bad reasons but for the good reasons. And you know, in our Christian faith, we have to it's very important to help one another as brethren of Christ, most importantly, brothers and sisters, and sharing with each other, encouraging each other wherever things might go wrong. Whenever you see that your neighbor, because in the word it says that you need to help your neighbor whenever they are suffering or if they are lacking something, because once you bless someone, God will also bless you as well. So that is one concept that we learn from the Christian faith.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. I had the reason why I asked you, because you are in that Christian perspective, and from what Mr. Edward was talking about, you can't fail to relate it to Christian life. To our dear viewers who are watching out there, we have many Christians watching us. You need to have that perspective of the Bible so that you may reflect on what's going on from what Mr. Edward has talked about, and you may find yourself that you can use the Bible to help you out. And Mr. Marshall, I would like you to tell our viewers what could be the major causes of this. A lot of things are happening in
Very
the
true.
universities.
They call it peer pressure.
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot of things are going on,
Yeah.
and I think this is, as we shortly go into the break,
Yes.
this is an area where we are facing a lot of challenges and we can't speak on, and this is where I invite all of you to get into this interaction. What causes this? When you was talking about the mental challenges, this thing is eating up a lot of students. Recently, I just heard of a girl. She went on to post on her Twitter handle. She wants to kill herself. What's causing this? What's causing this? Where is the world going? How best are we going to help each other?
Yeah. What O3 Plus is doing in universities is a step in the right direction, because university students really need this. I remember when we joined university and there was a counseling session whereby one of our counselors told us that if you ever want to talk about any issues, it doesn't have to be education-wise, but you can always, go to them whenever you need to talk about such issues. Now we're talking about, peer pressure, whereby an individual looks at their friends. For example, we can give an example of a student who stays at a hostel or in a hall, for example, and they have their friends. Maybe they grew up in different backgrounds, but in university you converge, and then you are seeing your peers going out on a Friday night, on a Saturday night, going to drink, going to these bars.
Yeah.
So as a student, they feel that kind of peer pressure, whereby they're inflicting that harm into their heart, whereby they are staying alone, but then they're also trying to miss out on the fun. And if they eventually go out and have that fun, maybe they'll eventually drink or whatnot. And then there's also another individual who is pressurized by the effect of social media. Because social media is a very big factor in our day-to-day life, whereby someone is. Let me talk about girls, for example. Girls like to be pretty.
I think Edward will talk about the boys.
I think
he'll talk about the boys.
Yeah, definitely. Because I can give an example of because girls, I think, more than boys. Boys don't care much about that physical appearance on social media. But for girls, they want the followers. They want to be that kind of spotlight, that person in the spotlight, if you know what I mean. I can give an example of a girl who has maybe 1,000 followers on Instagram, and then another one who has maybe 500. This one with 500 will feel like I should push towards, the 1K, the 2K, the 3K.
They're ready to do anything.
Why don't I feel beautiful, I do all these things, but, these other girls are prettier than me. And followers may not only be the only factor, but then also the issues of likes, You're seeing one of your classmates is getting 500 likes on their picture, and for you, you're getting 50 likes. And then you're asking yourself, am I worth it? Do I really deserve it? Yeah. But then if you ask, if you're that girl who's getting, or that person getting 50 followers, ask yourself one question, If 50 people came today and gave you a hug, wouldn't you be overwhelmed? Because if one person came to you and greeted you, it would be like, this is quite normal. But if 50 people stood in a line and came to greet you and to give you a hug and tell you that, or to compliment you, that is the equivalent of a like button or a double tap on Instagram. That is worth really a lot.
Yeah.
So if 30 people like your picture, that is good enough. You know, you should not compare, we should not have comparison with our peers. You know, just because somebody is getting 300 likes and for you are getting 50, it does not mean it is the end of the world. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, as the Bible says. So that is one element that, you know, people out there should take away that kind of peer pressure or that kind of depression and anxiety from themselves, because they are worth it, and that is all. You are made in the image of God, is what I'm going to say.
Thank you, thank you. I think it's brilliant. I really love it, and I'm learning a lot from you guys, and I expect our dear viewers are learning a lot and supporting everything you're saying. Yes, Mr. Edward, what do you have to say? What these causes, and you know, what's really happening to our fellow students and the entire society at large?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Magola. What I would say is that being, you know, that we are at campus, and I don't know if some people have got to understand, or some students, that we have stages at campus. There is that that peer that happens at in your first year, first semester. I don't know if you've gone through that. There is that challenge that happens when you're in your first year, first semester. You feel like you're above everything. You think you think that at least it is me, and that's where I think that most of the students make a lot of challenges, whereby everything is exciting, everything is new. You're now free. You've been, for example, you're from A level, whereby the restrictions are too high, and you're here, you're in hostel. You get teachers are too restrictful, parents are too restrictful, gate passes are like gate passes,
and now at university,
and then you're at university, whereby attendance is at your own risk. You attend or you don't. Clubbing is at your own choice, whether you want or not. When it comes to girls, I'm sure when you look nice at clubbing and having fun, it's for free. You get, because I know some girls that I know that in their first year, they even group themselves. You get that for us we are high class, and the others are lower class. Then the lower class people feel like they are doomed. It's like for them they are not liked, they are not seen. So I think that O3 coming in existence is coming to let students know that your rights, your future and your lives is upon your hands. But what we do as we are here to make sure that when we say that your rights, your future, your rights, your future, and then your life, doesn't mean that you're going to bounce around campus saying that me I can do anything to a lecturer. No, it doesn't mean like that. We are here. O3 Plus, it is supported by Ministry of Health. It means we move under the guidelines of National Council for Higher Education.
Yes.
And we are not here to threaten lecturers that students will not attend, in assuming that you're going to find a way of stating a lecturer that has issues on you so that you have a retake. We are here only to know that students have a private room to run to. You run to your fellow student, that who knows what you're going through. You know, I have a friend, I'll tell you, I have a colleague of mine.
Yes. He's
He's my friend in my class. Remember, I'm a coordinator at the faculty level. This guy, I'll not say his name, but he abuses alcohol. He drinks a lot. And in year one, we could think, maybe this is a swamp. You get. Year two, he came to realize that, man, it's like things are getting out of hand. So he came to me, was like, you know what, Max, actually I'm not good at, I don't want to do this. My parent came here, I was too drunk, I had to run. So I told him, now you see that your parent found you when you're drunk, but your peers thought you're at a climax. You get. So I invited him, and I had to talk to him. I had to show him why the time that is remaining with at campus, and how he's going to use his life beyond campus. So as the O3 and peer educators, we are not here to condemn who are not doing right. We are here to upright those that are doing wrong, and also those that are doing right, to keep them in their lane. And also to attract others so that they can join the O3 Plus, and also not to be like it is a gang that has come to mislead students.
Yes, at the end of the day, students need to know that they matter. They have a purpose in life, and they matter, and they can be helped.
Because today you're a student, tomorrow you're a parent.
Yes.
And if you know that tomorrow I'm a parent, just know that you will not tell your child what you don't know. We always give examples to what we have gone through. And I don't expect someone to go through hardship so that you have news to tell. University has 3 years. After 3 years, we are here for social network. Someone will be like, I can't recommend that person because of how you've been behaving at campus. So as the peer educators under O3 Plus project, we are here for you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our dear viewers. We are going to take a short break, and when we return, we'll get into the discussion. You see, it's getting very good. It's getting interesting. Please stay tuned. We'll be shortly back.
Would you like to help solve the development challenges facing our country? Come to Ndejje University and learn to create self-sustaining projects for your future. Our expert lecturers are ready to equip you to become an engineer to design effective processing machines, or an agribusiness entrepreneur to implement such technologies for food processing, or even a software developer to create mobile apps that can help market the products. We even provide you with the entrepreneurship skills to effectively manage the value chain in your line of business. And all that action happens on an area spanning 700 acres with the best facilities on 2 campuses in Luero and Mango, serving both undergraduate and postgraduate courses. We also have courses sponsored by the Higher Education Student Loan Scheme. Apply online at admissions.ndu.ac.ug or pick applications from any of our campuses. Call the numbers below for inquiries. Ndejje University. Come experience a holistic approach to learning.
This week,
I spray right after the planter because I'm not working my soil. I'm using no-till. So all this stuff which is lying here, sometimes when we plant, there is a new wheat which is already germinated. So I apply a Roundup.
this week,
Did you know that women empowerment is defined in several ways? Did you know that parenting is twice the stress, but twice the love, the hug, and the pride? Here I am to bring you the woman of valor, where ladies are proposing that parenting is not a life full of struggles, but a journey for the stronger ones.
Those who are married, let love stay, because once it is disintegrated, the foundation is destroyed.
Catch me every Thursday at 19 hours here at Ndejje University TV with Joanne Peace.
Tonight,
Thank you so much, and welcome back from that short break. We want to welcome you, our new viewers. This is the Open Bar Show, where we have a lot of people coming to us, talking to us about various ideas. And today we have peer educators from the O3 Plus, which is running through the universities, and so far it's through Ndejje University, Magola University, and KIU. So far it's running, and today we are joined by Edward and Marshall, who have taken us through the first segment where we are talking about the mental health challenges. So we want to welcome you in this second segment of our discussion. And again, I want to welcome my discussants, Mr. Marshall and Edward. Welcome once again as we dig deeper. So before we left, we were talking about the causes of addiction, and you gave us the Christian perspective,
yes,
and also you talked about the girls. You know, I talked about the girls.
Very true.
And Mr. Edward also brought in the men,
yes,
and how life is at the university. Maybe quickly, as we sum up those causes, is there anything you must have forgotten to talk about? Because I chopped you in as we went into the commercial break.
Okay, actually, we can't. I know someone outside there will be like, I think whatever I'm going through is not under mental health, because we have not talked about, or we have not discussed about your issue you might be going through. But there are many things, my dear, you get. Because some of the causes of mental health, it's not only about clubbing and also being a victim. Also, you lose morale, or lecture morale, attending classes, discussing, you get. Sometimes our performance is determined on how we feel at campus. Okay, so most of people, we know that at campus, okay, some people think the reason why they always highlight the rates for take is because they know that at campus to fail it's really someone is laziness. Because they know attendance gives you some marks, then also presentation, their test, and then possible. By the time you do the exam already, you have at least the 60%. You get. But now I would like to tell you viewers that we are really suffering, and the reason why mental health came in, O3 Plus came in, and why we have this theme of mental health is that we have a challenge of whereby we have nice looking girls at campus. Yes. And we also, it's campus, we have some administrations where they are held by gents. And this nice looking girl might at least a bit be lazy in performance.
Very true.
Are you getting my point?
Yes.
When you're a bit lazy, and then the weakest point comes in, whereby you need to access the administrative office of a male.
Yeah.
And then he puts a condition for you. Do you get my point?
Yes.
So I just want to have it, because when you talk about the nice looking girls, then I was like, okay.
Okay, you get. So what I'm saying is, a nice looking girl may happen to have challenges of performance. Right. But we all need guidance on how can I uplift my performance, because we know you can pass A level, but at a bit campus becomes harder. So we need to interact with our lecturers. Yes. And unfortunately, this girl approaches a lecturer for support. What is going to be a cause that the lecturer may put another term or another task for a support, and makes her think this is the simplest way of going through and getting your results well.
Yeah, very true.
Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So this girl, she's going to go through a mental health of thinking, of decision making. Should I really go with what the lecturer is putting at me as a stake, or I should read my books? Yeah. Remember, a lecturer has 75% of your performance as a student.
Yes.
And you think of ignoring is stake.
Proposal.
You get what I'm telling you? As put for your stake that you do this, you have
in order to attain this.
You get. Then you fail out yourself. So are you seeing that how people are going to, how students are going to be affected? It will not be only by their peers, but it will be also by substances at campus. We go to gents. A gentleman may fail to attend classes because we know, for example, I'll give an example of Kampala campus. Yes. Students commute. Some students do pay partial of their tuition, and also parents pay partial. A parent will not give you 100%. Yes. You may find yourself that you have missed out a coursework, or you have missed out a presentation. And then the lecturer will tell you have not attended the presentation. Yes, I need this sum of money. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
Because you're a gent,
They expect that from you.
You get, and then the lecturer is like, give me this amount of money.
Yes.
So, are you seeing how you're going to be depressed?
Yeah,
and
pressurized.
you're going to be under pressure whenever you see the lecturer, whenever you look at the course unit of this lecturer.
Yeah.
So this thing is going to traumatize you, not only that very day, but even at the day of exams.
Yeah.
You may fail to read and be like, sometimes you may get less marks, of which you may get a 60, and in your thinking you'll be like, this guy has a bias on me.
And I think I agree with Karl Marx, whereby as a gent, whenever the gents tend to grow up, you know, they are pressurized by society, and also to put food on the table, whereby the man has to earn more than the woman. They have to put food on the table. They need to earn this amount of money. So when society looks at you, they look at, you know, a man is supposed to provide, supposed to be the man with the money. Then when society looks at a woman, they look at this woman, whereby the woman has pressure from her workplace, you know, or maybe in the past when she was growing up in university, there tends to be sexual harassment that happens, and there are so many stories behind women and sexual harassment. So there are both challenges for both genders, the male and the female, whereby there's a lot of, you know, pressure.
Another thing, Marshall, is that when you look at mental health, it's Amia will keep saying that it is a day-to-day life. There is one time I attended training for mental health for 3 days. I realized that also I was passing through one. Are you getting my point? Because one of the things, you can look at your home. When you're under mental health, you fail even to organize your home. Your own home. You may fail to have appetite. There is nobody that can fail to eat a day, apart from when you're fasting. But when you're suffering under mental health, even the appetite loss happens. You get what I'm telling you? Even you lose your personality as a person. You can feel yourself like, now I'll tell you one example that we have students at campus. These students are not under groups. They are not under any influence, but they have low esteem. And this thing might have happened from home. Whereby at home, they know that these people can't do anything in their life. Are you getting my point? So we are under.
They have no one to talk to or no one to turn to.
Are you getting my point? So we are under a situation whereby O3 plus is at a university level and institutional level, tertiary institutes. But we know that students, they not only face challenges within campus premises. These people come with challenges even from home. That's why we put peers. We are not only focusing on sexual harassment, because someone will be like, our rights, our future, our lives.
Much more.
It is about sexual harassment. You're not campus, a lecturer wants me. You know, there are times whereby also a student seduces a lecturer. Me have ever been in a presentation once, and then a girl opens legs, closes the legs, when the lecturer is in front. Another one moves, trekking, you get what I'm telling you? And you see the guy is out of place. We are human.
And what Kamas is talking about is so true, but we should not only look at the university level. Let us go back home, whereby, you know, a student is going back home, or a person or a colleague is going back home, but you don't know the pressures that they're going to face at home. You know, these days, there are parents that are not acting in their full responsibilities. As a parent, you're supposed to be loving, and you're supposed, you know, the whites really love their children so much more than the blacks, sorry to say. But I feel that our generation, we need to grow up to be responsible parents, to be respectful parents, and to know that our children can face such issues. Let us be responsible parents, whereby yes, we should not spare the rod but spoil the child, but we should be able to be friends with our child, whereby if your child comes to you and says, I am suffering with an addiction, or I have these poor grades in class, I don't know what to do, thereby if you connect that friendship, it will grow, it will blossom. You see, mothers these days, mothers and daughters these days, they're losing relationships, you know, and it will take you astray when you. That's why when children, have you realized when children grow up, they don't stay near their parents' house? You know, if your parents stayed in Jinja or in Tinda, for you want to reside in Entebbe, and you ask the girl why? No, they are totally tired. They're totally fed up. And that is, it starts from home. You know, charity begins at home.
Yes.
So we need, as parents in future, we need to be responsible and take that mantle. You know.
Okay, I think you have talked more of most of these challenges, and to our viewers there, you may follow, you are following, and you may look into where we have gone into the challenges of mental health, and we have also looked at the causes and a lot of stuff. But we are not here to scare someone, but we are here to talk about everything and also support you and advise you. And in our next discussion, before I get back to them, they are going to tell us how best can we go through this. And to the students, for the students who are in these universities where O3 plus, where can we get these offices? Where can we find these people to talk to? So they are going to take us through how can we fight, how can we prevent all the challenges that they have talked about. So before they get into that, I would like to give an opportunity to our viewers. You can also click in. You can also join us on this show by following us and also calling. You can send in, or you can, the number that I'm going to read for you, it's for calling. You can have a question or you can have a suggestion. So we want to involve you, our viewers, through this number. So if you're there, I want to read to you our number. Our number of the studio is 0709 66 47 40. I want to reread it again. 0709 66 47 40. Through that number, you can join us. There will be a time where we'll be receiving your suggestions or receiving your questions to our peer educators we are having today in the studio for anything you want to consult from them. Remember, we are talking about the mental health challenges facing us students in the society, in the universities, and through the O3 plus, what they have done to help us and what they are doing and what they are hoping to do. So, gentlemen, I get back to you. What are some of the ways how we can fight, how we can prevent these challenges that you've been discussed? What can someone do? You can talk about the university level, but also remember what Marshall was saying, that we also have to look at the community level. We have people out there watching us. They're on the community level. They can't access the university. So, Mr. Edward, how are we going to fight and prevent these challenges you've talked about?
That's a good concern, Mr. Magola, our moderator of the day. I would like to tell you one of the ways on how you can overcome the challenges as a student of university and as a student of Ndejje University, for example, because I will not give an example of outside where I'm not. I will start from home, then we shall explore later. O3 Plus project is here for you, whoever is going through any challenge. That is one of the things I will tell you, that it is an independent project. It has independent way of working. There is no way you're going to have your interaction with a peer educator and find it outside. You know, we have a say that your best friend has a best friend. So meaning right now your best friend is your heart. So a peer educator comes in to bridge that gap, to know that you have that counselor in your age mate. You get? You have this person of your fellow sex that you can interact with, associate with, and also tell more. Another thing, we are sure that however much people condemn the administrative offices on the level of students, but I'm sure if you go there for the positive way and for the reasoning way, for example, I'll tell you why most of students now we are in our 80% tuition, right? So we are sure that we have some students that have not cleared. And I want to tell you, Magola and Marshall, apart from the talk of addiction, but I know what I know right now, we have a percentage of students that are now under a challenge of pressure. We have year 3 students that are in their final semester. You have not paid even a single coin. You get? We are having exams starting May. Are you getting my point? This person even looks at a book and is like, he has no option of where I'm going to get the tuition. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
And then he looks at the time. It's almost done. He has spent all his money for the past 3 years. I can calculate for it is almost 2.4 that you pay per semester. Calculate per 3 years. We have been in a situation whereby we study 3 semesters a year. So this person has maneuvered all that situation, and now he's at the last stake. He has no tuition. He is already at the 80%, and the only way to access tests and exams, tests and pre-tests and courseworks and presentations is when you have 80%. This person is not allowed to enter the gate premises.
And once they miss one paper,
once you miss one paper, you graduate the other year, 2024. So we are trying to tell you this as fellow students, that a university in Ndejje has provision. For example, what I can say is that when you run first to the academic registrar or to your faculty dean, you result out your issues, because you are trying to find possible ways. You have no money and there is no way you can go for a loan scheme, but you have a faculty. Are you getting my point? There is a way they can allow you and see that at least that part is played. You get my point? Then you can do, and then you pay your tuition later. So I think that is that way can help we as student. Another way of, we have someone is in a relationship with a lecturer, and they have been in whatever they have been doing for the past 2 years.
Is this a true story?
No,
it's
narration.
yeah, it feels like it feels like.
Okay, I want to narrate the audience so that you can understand.
No, the viewer there might ask a question.
If you ask a question, we are here. We are reading about mental health, and we have been asked on how we can come up with solutions so that our students can secure their future, their lives, and their rights.
Of course.
It's your right to be in a relationship. You get what I'm telling you? It's part of, O3 Plus as one of its objectives is under reproductive. Are you getting my point? However, at the university, at Ndejje as a Christian-based university, we don't distribute, but we talk about the use. So you're right as a student at age of 23, 24, you're in a line, because I know there are some students that your family is asking you, man, you're in year 3, final semester. Haven't you seen anyone? Are you getting my point? No, I'm telling you these things.
The questions really come.
Is it for the girls or both?
No,
both
this is for both genders. Me, I personally.
No one has asked me.
Your auntie should start asking.
There is one time I stay alone. It's a double whatever self-contained stuff. I called my mom. Hello, I'm sick. It was in the middle of the night. She was like, Composite, where are you? I was at campus. Where do you sleep? Is it hostel or your own home? I'm like, my own home. Okay. So you mean for all the 3 years you've been at campus,
I've not had
and the way you're telling us you're coordinating, you don't have anybody that can at least run and take care of you. So even our parents put us on pressure. Are you getting my point? So I want to tell you that your right as a student is to secure your future. Because whatever is interesting to you is to see you tomorrow when you can support your core student. Are you getting my point? So as the O3, because I'll talk on behalf of O3, because we have all services for you people. We have counseling part for those that are addicted. We have educating part for those that don't know where they follow. Actually, recently we launched Echoto. I don't know how you people know about Echoto, but Echoto is it is a place where we were allocated, where we can gazette and have issues discussed out, as how it was done in Ancient. So it is one of the projects that we have in Ndejje University, and it is at main campus, that where all students can come and we talk about our inner challenges.
Maybe as you continue, Mr. Max, I would like to remind our viewers that from now we are free. We can receive your calls, we can receive your questions, can receive your suggestions. I want to remind you, you are calling on number 0709 66 47 40, 0709 66 47 40. And we can receive you, and you can be part of this amazing discussion that we are having. Yes, you've been summarizing Echoto.
So I've been summarizing Echoto, because Mr. Magola asked me, where can we find you? It was really a genuine question, of whereby I had to tell you our location, and we launched it. So far, it is one of our confinement where you can get us. For those that are at main campus, for those at Kampala campus, Amore is available, and we have different pairs from different faculties. The only way you can positively and achieve your goals as a student is joining O3 plus. You get? It's not, some people be like, you Max, you've been eating money. Now that thing there, it is for you to eat money.
Yes, true.
My dear colleagues, it's not about money.
Yeah.
It's about whenever you get more, how can I say it? Yeah, I beg your pardon. Whenever you're exposed to different knowledge,
yes,
you get to know.
Yes.
I was once like, there is one time I can tell you what I faced as a student.
Yeah.
I was a coordinator, and I happened to coordinate cut across course units.
Yeah.
That is communication skills and also ethics. My challenge was I was not only coordinating my faculty. I was by then we were attending lectures online. I was coordinating whichever was in my year by then, the engineering, business, agriculture, main campus and Kampala campus. So our university is dominated by girls.
Yeah.
And I had a issue of not being at campus mostly. So some girls could think maybe I'm a lecturer because results for communication skills, I could release them. They could come from the lecturer. You get into the class when you're dating almost the class. But I'm telling you,
the viewers didn't hear that. The viewers didn't hear that.
Could
you please repeat that?
What I'm telling you is here that you people don't know.
Yeah.
I faced a challenge, and actually, it was really irritating me that you couldn't even get a girlfriend at campus, because I was coordinating cut across course units, whereby everybody has to hit into your inbox for help, for submission.
So for that one, you can affirm that that's a real story.
I'm telling you, it is a real story.
All right.
So I got to campus in class after my name could sound more than I. Karl Marx. The next thing was Karl Marx is dating me. He's also dating you. Is dating me. He's also dating you. Is dating me. Do you know? I felt depressed. I felt out of class.
Yes.
Are you getting my point? It also affected my academics. Yes. Reason being, I could not sit down with a girl to discuss. They would say, "Is dating that girl." Are you getting that? So you don't know whether this girl had already told these people that the moment you see me with him, just know this guy is dating me. Yeah. So I went through, and unfortunately by then authority wasn't around. Yeah. So I had to sit down and be like, okay, if people are saying I'm dating them, let them prove.
But why did Karl Marx have to feel bad about that? Because I was also a coordinator in my first year.
Marshall,
but
can I tell you one thing?
I didn't have any pressures whatsoever.
Marshall.
If they told me that
Marshall, I'm telling you this.
Yeah.
There is a situation whereby, I'm telling you, because we all need girlfriends at campus. You might find someone that you think that at least she has some qualities of the girl you would wish, that you want someone to talk to. Are you getting my point? Beyond anything, there is, you're not always at campus, you need that person, that contact person. Even this contact person will tell you, even if you come up with a serious issue, because we are fighting homosexuality.
Yeah,
are you getting my point? Regardless of anything, we are fighting homosexuality. I ended up being single.
That's a big topic, maybe for another day.
Yes.
So regarding Karl Marx's issue, there's this issue whereby there are boys out there whereby they go through their whole campus life without having a girlfriend, or having someone, and they get depressed because their peers have been having so on and so forth. So they may look down on themselves, which is not a benefactor. Whereby you don't have to feel bad about yourself as long as you know that you have acquired the goal of education. Eventually, you'll get a girlfriend outside.
Okay, Marshall, I want to tell you this. Do you know that campus, apart from class
maybe as the discussion goes on, I'm loving because I'm learning from two of you. Yes. I just want to remind our viewers that please, our phone calls are open for you for the suggestions and questions. I want to remind our viewers that we are calling on line 0709 66 47 40. It's getting interesting. You can't miss to be part of it. Yes. So you are concluding.
So I wanted to tell you that this at campus level, we not only come for lectures, we come for social networking. We come. Your parent. Do you know that when you leave campus, a parent doesn't expect to ask anything from him. That is the capital. Instead of starting for your business, is a capital that is giving you to start. So when you fail to be in a relationship at campus,
very true,
you're going to be on pressure outside campus. You're going to fall on someone that you'll not understand. Are you getting my point? So Me,
Okay. I think, you know, as the conversation went on, it gets serious and it gets interesting. But with the interest of time, we cannot digest everything to its best. But allow me, our dear viewers, to give them 30 seconds to say bye and to thank our viewers, and maybe one small thing that they can't leave out. Just 30 seconds. Say bye to our viewers, and maybe we can have another session where you can come and finish this topic, because it's big, it's interesting, and our viewers are loving it. Just say
Yes,
bye.
I think one small element concerning depression I could love to tell the parents is that parents need to ensure that you cover your child all around. You know that children are different and you need to love them equally. One of your child might be good in mathematics, another one is good in sports. The one who is good in mathematics won't be good in sports, and the one who's good in sports cannot be good in science or etc. So know that your children are equal, and put them in areas or where they can use their strengths to their benefits. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Magola. Mr. Magola, I would, in 30 seconds, I would like to tell you one thing, my fellow viewers, like my colleagues, my students, my fellow students, that I'll not say much, but I'll tell you that O3+ is here for you to secure your lives, your future, and please just join the project. Endorse the project, embrace the project. It is here to support you, and
Thank you so much. It's been an interesting time being with you, our dear viewers. This is the Open Bar Show, and I've been your host, Magola Arnold. Until next time, see you.